So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is our feed water. We put it in our tank. You just show the tank over there. This is the tank. So this tank is around almost 1000 liter, and this is a ball valve to switch off if any problem comes in. If it is overflow or something, the water is not in control, we just switch it off over here. This water which is coming over here is from the water treatment plant down in our basement. We have a water treatment plant which is in the basement. This will treat the water and send it to us. And the quality of the water we can monitor over here. This one is 55 microsiemens. So the water passes through this one. We have a different sensors to check the pressure over here, and the conductivity, pH, and the temperature. So the water comes in through a filter, and then with the different sensors. Here is a pH sensor and conductivity sensor once again. If the conductivity of the water goes high, what will happen? This will start flushing the water out, and it will stop the water going into the tank. It will not allow the water to go into the tank if the water is not clear. Means if the conductivity is high, it will give this one. Suppose I will do like this. So you get like this red light, and it will stop the water over here. It will not allow the water to go there. Instead, the water that will go to the tank. So if I put it into the normal auto.
So testing switch है वहाँ पे.
This will be off. This will be on. Right. Okay. So it will allow the water. So this is how the water gets feed into the tank. And the same way again, the water during the summer, the water temperature is maintained less than 25 degree. Around 22 to 25 degree, the water temperature is maintained. This is the cooling pump. These two are the cooling pumps, and here is the chiller line. The chiller line comes in over here and feed into the heat exchanger and return it back to this one. And our cooling pump will cool the water and put it into the tank. So once the water temperature goes high, the pump will get on. It will start the pump. When the temperature is normal, it will go down. Then the pump will be switched off. So this is before the tank. All this process is before the tank. And once the tank is after the tank, then the water is stored over here. Booster pump. Whenever we have a dialysis patient, we put it in the automatic mode. So it will start the pump. This pump will also stop if the pressure is high. Suppose if the pressure is like a 4 bar, there is a limit over here. If it goes to 4 bar, this will be, the pump will be switched off. So if you want to see that one, how you will see that one? I will switch off the line.
So already backwash पे.
This is off or
Off वो backwash पे डाला था उन्होंने.
Okay. So after the booster pump, the water comes into the softener from the back side of this point. If you want to take any sample before the softener, we can take it over here, this side. We can take the sample. This is a feed water. So it goes into the softener. The water comes into the softener and comes out. It removes the hardness. We can check with the hardness tablet the before and after. Suppose if before the hardness was 10 or 20, it should be less actually. It should be 0 or minimum 10, 20. Minimum, it should be less than the feed water. If the hardness goes high, suppose here also 20, input also 20, output also 20, then that means your hardness, your softener need to be regeneration. We put a we put a salt water, and then it will be it will suck the salt water through this blue tubing, and we change the position to the backwash, and then we switch on the pumps. So it will start with the backwash. It will flush the water out after 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes we put back into the rinsing. Again we put back into the rinsing. It will flush out the any salt from here, and then we put back into the normal mode. In the so that our regeneration will be finished, and this should be checked regularly. Otherwise, we have to do once in a week, depend on the usage of the water. So then the water comes out. This is the point where we can check the hardness after the softener. Then after the softener, it will go into the carbon tank, and then this also have a backwash facility. Suppose like if the chlorine is not being removed, or the conductivity or the pH also going high, then we go into the backwash, and then we flush out this one, and better to close this position. So it will not allow the water to go into the other direction. It will, the pressure, we get a complete pressure over here in these tanks. So once it's treated over here, the function of this softener is to remove the hardness. So we check with the hardness tablet, this is working good or not. So another thing is now this is a carbon tank. This carbon tank will remove the chlorine from the water, isn't it? So we check the chlorine before the water and after the water. Chlorine and chloramine, both are removed over here. How to check chlorine and chloramine, we will just see in another video.
Inshallah.
So, inshallah. Yeah. So it passes out through this one, and then this is the place. This is a three-way ball valve. The water can go through the filter and go into the line, or we can bypass this one without going into the filter. Just for this is a bypass. Sorry.
It means
this bypass is after the boost pump. We just bypass the software and carbon. This will bypass the software and this one. After the boost pump, it will go into this one, and then it will go into the when we will put into the bypass, when we put a chlorine into the tank, at the time we put into the bypass. So the heavy chlorine will not go into the softener. Softener will be damaged if there is a high chlorine and this one. So in that case, during the disinfection time, we put like this, and then the water will be circulated through our loop, and it will come back through the tank. From that, this is the return line, which is going into the biomed, all the rooms in the ICU, and then we come back. So if we keep it open, then the complete water will come out. Otherwise, if we keep a little bit, we can maintain the pressure over there. If it is with the pressure, it's very good to remove the bacteriology and all these things. So this is how. Then the water is going into the ICU through this line over here, and one line is also going to the biomed room, and this line. This can be switched on. If you don't want the water in the biomed line, we can just close it over here. If you want to stop the line, if you stop the water into the ICU due to the any damage or any reason during disinfection, you can just close this line. So the water will not go into it will be up to this level only. The water will be with a high pressure up to here. So this is how our system work for chlorination. During Fridays, Thursday evening, we will put a chlorine in this one. We will try to reduce the water up to half of the time. In the morning itself, we will close the inlet water. Inlet water we close. So we use the water for our dialysis, disinfection of the machine, portable RO and all these things. And then the water level, at least half of the time, we will keep it. We will put 100 ml of chlorine in this one. We will put 100 ml of chlorine into the tank, and then we put this into the bypass, so that the chlorine should not go over there, and then either we can remove the filters or we keep the filters. But after the disinfection, we change the filter. We have to change the filter because this is all filled up with the chlorine now, chlorine water. It keeps on circulating for 2 hours. We will try to circulate this water and keep it for the overnight, for the whole night. This water, the chlorine water, will be in this pipeline inside over here, ICU.
Then it will
up
be
to
returned
that end. The whole pipeline will be with the chlorine. Why we put chlorine? For disinfection. No bacteria, nothing should be there. So that's why we put chlorine in this one. And then next day morning, what we do is we flush out the water. We we drain from this pipe. This line we have to open it, and then we have to connect it to the drain and completely flush the water to the drain. Then we can remove the water from the tank. Then again fill the water at least 1/4 of the tank. We have to put it over here. Just flush it out so that, and keep on going till there is no chlorine. When we check the chlorine over here at this point, it should be like a 0.2 minimum. Like what we check the chlorine over here at this point should be the same chlorine over there as well. So no problem. Then once it is the chlorine is normal, then we open the bypass valve. This bypass valve we can open it for a safety again. If you want to make a safety that no chlorine should go over here, so just close this valve also. Double safety it will be. If you close this valve also, the chlorine will not go into that area. But if you don't open this bypass valve, what will happen? The water will not circulate. If you open it into this position, then it will go into this. When I put like this, what will happen? The water is not passing through the softer carbon. It's not passing through the softer carbon. It's going directly over there. Hardness is not removed. Chlorine is not removed. If I put like this, then the water is passing through the softener carbon. It's removed the chlorine and the hardness. Everything is going on as regular. This has to be turned only during disinfection time. Disinfection. If you close this one also together, it's very good.
Softener carbon also, if doing daily
for these tanks. This is how we will write. Later we will see how to check chlorine, how to check chloramine, how to check hardness, and all these things. This is our tank level actually. This one shows our tank level. If it is going green, if it is become green, then you mean that the tank level is half. If it become red, it is almost 25%. This is the tank temperature, water temperature inside the tank. Okay, that's it, inshallah. So if you have any doubt or anything, later we have this instrument. We have this instrument to check the conductivity of the water, TDS of the water. TDS we can check, pH. These are the three parameters regularly we are checking over here for our dialysis water quality. This is ultrameter 2 from Myron company. And we can show the chlorine tablet, hardness tablet. This is how to check the hardness, we will see later. And the chlorine, DPD number 1. There is one more instrument to check the chlorine, how much level of chlorine you have. We have a comparator. No, it's okay, leave it. And these are the tablets where we put, this is for a citric acid. This is for citric acid. We put it in the portable RO, and then we start a disinfection of this one. These bottles are like to take the sample for bacteriology only, not for the endotoxin. This bottle should be sterile. We should wear gloves and take in the sterile technique. We have to take the water sample. So such tablets are available for hardness and DPD number 1. DPD number 1 is to check the chlorine. DPD number 3, if it is 3, no?
Chloramine.
3 is for checking the chloramine. Okay. In 10 ml of water, you should have a 10 ml of water. Then you have a DPD number 3 also. Okay. So this is okay. You can say okay. If anybody come and ask, then you can. They can ask you how you will check the chloramine.
So what is the limit, sir?
Yeah, the limit value is between less than 0.5. If it is 0.2, chlorine 0.2 ppm. Chlorine is okay.
0.22.
0.2.
0.2 is
0.2 ppm of chlorine is good for.
It's acceptable. Acceptable allowed.
Is acceptable.
And if it increase more than
go into our patient area before the portable RO, how much it should be?
0.
It should be 0. Completely 0, not 0.2.
0.
It should be 0 because it's passing through the carbon, then the chlorine should be 0.
0. Yeah,
Okay.
right. And what is the action limit, sir? 0.5.
After 0.5, yeah. 0.5 means you have to take action.
Action.
You have to reduce it, not to go high.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.